Today on the Philly Talk podcast, we got to hit the rewind button real quick and talk about the 2022 draft class. Not what they did as a rookie, but what the Eagles expect from them in year two.
This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking Sixers in the Bird Gang, that's I like. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, Eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk podcast. And today we got a lot to get into. But before we do that, Eagle Nation, can I ask y'all for a favor? Help your boy out. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you are new, and ding the bell so you know when we drop videos, go live, or put out YouTube shorts. Make sure you check them out. But we got to hit the rewind button and talk about this 2022 draft class because the Eagles are counting on them big time for 2023, but there is an interesting aspect to it, right? Like Cam Jurgens drafted to be the future center, but Hall of Famer Jason Kelce decides to come back to running back in this Super Bowl era. I ain't mad at it. Now, the question is, does he start at right guard or do we start Tyler Steen, who he drafted in 2023? Cam Jurgens a little light, but he got a year under his belt. Guys like Kelce feels comfortable with him. Stoutland loved him. Who's going to win? The 2022 guy? The 2023 guy? You got Reed Blankenship, who's a UDFA, not drafted, had to come in and start 4 games, played a total of 10 games, some big nickel. He's now going to be asked to start, or does Sidney Brown start over him? And Jordan Davis, D-tackle, first-round pick. We end up drafting another D-tackle in the first round. Different style. You got Jordan Davis, who's the run stopper, the nose tackle, the eat-up body guys. Pause. And then you got Jalen Carter, who can stop the run too, but man, in a 3-tech, he can go get the quarterback, right? He can do multiple things. Now, you look at this, you got the safety, who's a veteran, Terrell Edmonds, the 2 youngins possibly competing. You got the offensive line, which is full of veterans, the 2 younger guys competing, one Jurgens and Tyler Steen. You got Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter competing for more snaps because you got veterans like Milton Williams. You got the long-term veteran back in Fletcher Cox. You got a rotation there at D-tackle. Who gets more snaps? Is it both? Is it one? There's only one position on this screen that he got to be the lead man in his position group, and that is Nakobe Dean. And I do think most of Eagle Nation feels really confident in him, right? We're not less confident in Jordan Davis and guys like Cam Jurgens and even a UDFA that showed us a lot, Reed Blankenship. But we understand that Nakobe Dean owns the linebacker position, not saying how he ain't going to upgrade, and maybe guys like Christian Ellis or Davion Taylor step up, a guy like Nicholas Morrow who's interesting to say the least, bring some speed, some fly to the ball ability. Who knows? But Nakobe Dean is the man in that room. He's going to be starting. He got the green dot. That's no question, right? Reed Blankenship, him versus Sidney Brown. Cam Jurgens versus Tyler Steen. Jordan Davis versus Jalen Carter for more snaps. But they all know they got to contribute way more than what they did in 2022. And they didn't necessarily not contribute in 2022 because they weren't good enough. Like Jordan Davis was perfectly fine with his 20 snaps a game and playing it really well, stopping the run before he got hurt. Then he misses 4 games. When he comes back, he doesn't even get to the 20 snaps because Howie Roseman invested in big names, veterans who didn't play the whole season and had a lot of gas in the tank left. Ndamukong Suh, Linval Joseph. So his snaps decreased when he came back. Nakobe Dean sat behind 2 linebackers that got paid in the offseason. Reed Blankenship sat behind a younger safety who got paid in the offseason. And Cam Jurgens had to learn because we didn't have no injuries. And we did have Isaac Seumalo. So it made sense for them to sit back, redshirt somewhat, and still have a name and a skill set that when asked to go out there and play, they can get it done. So it's not a bad thing they sat, but now we are counting on them. But the mindset each one of them have is incredible. Dave Spadaro wrote this article today at 10 o'clock, and that's what inspired this video. I'm not going to read the whole article. He talks about his opinion and stuff, but I want to hear the quotes. This is a quote from Nakobe Dean, and he talked about just understanding the day-to-day stuff that you got to learn as an Eagle, as an NFL player, to apply, right? The long season, blah, blah, blah. But I like this quote, and this is all it takes for a guy who has high potential. Just give him a little time and click. And that's what I think is going to happen with all four of these guys on the screen, right? He said, we have an off season now, and we can work on the things and improve on what we did from last year. That's a big difference. Just having the off season to gather yourself, come back and understand what the day-to-day activities are, how to be better, how to be a pro, how to compete at the highest level by watching the TJ Edwards, the Kaiser Whites, by Jordan Davis watching the Fletcher Coxes, the Milton Williams, the Ndamukong Suhs. Again, Reed Blankenship learning from Marcus Epps and C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and maybe even Anthony Harris in the room. He was practice squad a couple times. And again, Cam Jurgens got to sit behind a Hall of Famer. And whether it's Kelsey teaching him about the center position or just how to be an offensive lineman, you couldn't be in a better situation. Again, when I look at what Reed Blankenship said, Dave Spadaro pointed out something that was really interesting. And we all know it, but when you hear it, it's just a different mindset, and you look at it a different way, right? Nakobe Dean, Jordan Davis, Cam Jurgens, they all knew they were going to make the team last year. Did they know what role they would be playing? A little, no. But they knew they were going to make the team. They were high draft picks, 1, 2, and 3. UDFA, Reed Blankenship, didn't. So what'd he do? Put his head down and work and just play the game he loves, and he got noticed in preseason, right? Some of y'all were telling me in the comment section, yo, Reed Blankenship, he gonna make the squad. This was before training. This was during training camp. That's why July 25th is going to be so interesting. But this is what Reed Blankenship said. Just go out there and give it everything I have every day, he said. I didn't look at the numbers or try to figure out how the roster was going to break down. I just kept my head down, got in my playbook, I listened to the coaching staff, and worked as hard as I could each and every day. That's just the way I am. Anyway, it was nothing new for me. I love football so much, and I just wanted to play and be the best player I can possibly be. But again, he didn't look here and say, how can I squeeze on the roster? You know, what can I do? No, he just said, I got to be true to myself. I'm an undrafted rookie free agent. After playing 5 years, I believe, he said, 5 seasons at Middle Tennessee State. He just went out there and did what he needed to do, got notices by you, by the coaching staff, made the roster, and then played in 10 games, started 4, and now has an opportunity to be a starting safety for the Philadelphia Eagles in year 2. Again, Sidney Brown going to be fighting for it. Iron sharpens iron, though. It's good questions that we have. And I believe wholeheartedly that the 2022 draft class, the 4 people on this screen right here, the naysayers, the division trolls in the comment section on Twitter, they don't believe in these guys. But if these guys do live up to their potential with the remaining core on this team, the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. Now, look what Cam Jurgens had to say. What did he say here? Jurgens said, it's a lot different now. I'm so grateful to have someone like Jason Kelsey who helped me then and continues to help me get used to the speed of everything, making decisions, how to watch film the best way, and to be the best player I can be. Everything he does is so on point. So learning from him last year and going through the process of the season, I feel so much further ahead. And that's why I know Tyler Steen got the better body for it, blah, blah, blah. He's a good player. I'm not trying to poo-poo on him. But don't count out Jurgens yet. Jeff Stoutland is going to put the best guy out there, the most talented guy out there. And we're going to see how that shakes up again in July 25th. But of course, the biggest quote, and a lot more was written about Jordan Davis and just, what Dave Spadaro feels about him and blah, blah, blah. But here's his quote. I know they have it. I know they have the expectation for me, and I have that same expectation, he said. Having gone through it last year, I learned so much. It's a totally different world in the NFL. I'm much more aware of that and what I need to do to prepare myself. So let's go. I want to be a big part of our success, and that's up to me every day. I feel better and better about what I'm doing and how I fit in. So it's a matter of going out there and doing it every single day. Again, you've seen the shape Jordan Davis came in. He understands what went wrong, what went right last year. Nakobe Dean, although he felt he could play, sat behind two guys that got paid. He understands. He learned the ins and outs, not to go out there and make the tackle because he only played 34 snaps. But all these guys are coming in way more prepared, and they understand that the opportunity's there. Nakobe Dean could be the linebacker for the Eagles for the next decade. Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter could be the best DT tackle tandem or the Eagles D-tackle tandem for the next decade. Cam Jurgens can follow in the footsteps of, whether it's right guard or center, which he is going to be the future center, of a Hall of Famer, being on the Eagles offensive line that has been good for decades. And Reed Blankenship, we all know how Eagle fans and organization treats a safety that we draft that can play, right? The last safety we drafted that can play was Brian Dawkins. Then we had to bring in, via trade, Malcolm Jenkins. I'm not trying to say Reed Blankenship is Dawkins at all, but if he can play and start and contribute at a high level, Quentin Michael was an undrafted guy who played for the Eagles for pretty long. He wasn't Brian Dawkins status. Brian Dawkins was a second-round pick, I believe. That being said, the safety position has always been a love for the Philadelphia Eagle fans and just organization as a whole, marketing them. So Reed, go out there and win your thing. I'm not trying to say Sidney Brown should have won it, but again, Terrell Edmunds, 26 years old. Does he get a long-term contract for the Eagles after this season? If not, you got your safeties for the future, right? Reed Blankenship, Sidney Brown. Terrell Edmunds works out, then you got to pick who deserves a start out of them two. I just think that we're looking at this 2023 draft class, and I just can't you know what's crazy? When you look at this picture next to me, you see Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, Cam Jurgens. You see the three draftees. Guess who played the most for the Philadelphia Eagles in 2022? The UDFA. Now, Jordan Davis got hurt. That's what stopped him from playing. That's what made the Eagles go out and get Ndamukong Suh and Linval Josephs. But it happened. Now, maybe Jordan Davis played more because when he came back, he played. But listen, Reed Blankenship played 10 games, started 4 of them. I'm going to guess. Y'all let me know in the comment section if I'm right or wrong. It's probably close between snaps. But Reed Blankenship, the undrafted rookie free agent, probably played more than our first, second, and third round pick. Once you get drafted, it's all about heart. And I believe everybody on this screen has heart. And they're coming in again. Nakobe Dean, Jordan Davis with some big veterans, Hassan Reddick, Darius Slay, Fletcher Cox, Jurgens, whole offensive line of veterans. Reed Blankenship, maybe not the secondary full of veterans, but Terrell Edmunds can teach him a couple things, and he still got Slay and Bradbury who are secondary members. You're in good hands to fit in, do your job, and know that the guy to the left and right of you is going to do their job at a high level. Just do yours, and this Eagles defense and offense will continue to flow. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. This is not really a stat video. This is more of an opinion. Read Dave Spadaro article, and I loved it. You know, we're going to get him on the channel again. We just had him on maybe, 2.5 weeks ago. So I want to wait closer to training camp to get Dave Spadaro on. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I kind of rambled on in this video longer than I normally do. Drop the muscle emoji if you listened to the ramble and made it to the 15-minute mark, exactly the 15-minute mark, and get your Philly dog hats. Like I said, you know, we got the midnight green that's kind of showing the green screen. We got the Kelly green right here with the white outline. Anyways, my audio went out. I think it got back in. Until next time, leave your thoughts in the comment section. The link will be in the description and pinned in the comment section. We out.